Hello! Today it's all about the brand new Lisa Eldridge Summer 2025 eyeshadow palette, Desert Gleam. I did also pick up one of the lipsticks, so we're going to try everything out. I'm going to share the details with you and we'll create a couple of looks and we'll see. So let's hydrate and begin. Packaging, nice, simple, beautiful Lisa Eldridge. When you do open it up, I love this little detail. I know it's a little nothing thing, but I think it's nice. It's all about the details. And when you open it up, you have that little signature there. And then on the back of your packaging, it does also include the shade names and their finishes and ingredients. And here is the actual palette. It is sleek, it is nice, I think for the size. It does give you quite a bit. This palette contains 6 shades. They are made in Italy, and you have a shelf life of 24 months. So this palette, it's set to be a wearable sandy toned edit of eyeshadows in Lisa's take on soft glamour with Studio 54 Flair. I'm so excited to swatch these, but let me share the finishes with you really quick. So we have these two here are seamless mattes. We have this here is a luminous. This here is a velvet. And then these two are metallic. Ooh, let's swatch. Soft to the touch. Soft to the touch. Soft and creamy to the touch. So those are our first 3 shades. Ooh, so pretty. Look at this one. Look at this one. Wow. The formula is quite consistent with, again, I've only tried one other Lisa Eldridge palette, and that was Betty. And I have loved Betty ever since she came home. But I will tell you, the formula on these, it's so creamy to the touch. Really, really pretty. Very easy, pigmented. Nice. Ooh. Ooh. Here are the first 3 shades. I love the shift on this one. Look at that. That's fun. All right, down to the next row. Oh, wow. That's so creamy. Wow. These are true metallics indeed. Look at them. Wow, that green. Ooh, so this green shade is described as a velvet, and it does feel like that. But I will say it's on par with the seamless mattes. That's the proper name. Very smooth and creamy and pigmented. Ooh, wow. Here is the Desert Gleam Color Story swatched. All the shades felt super creamy to the touch. One swipe pigment. Yes, please, it's a beautiful thing. Now, I did pick up one of the lipsticks. There's a total of 3. And I picked up just the refill because I already own the case. So the shade I picked up is 187 Toasted. Now, Toasted is described as a true neutral milky tea beige. I thought this color looked really pretty online, and then the swatches that were provided on the models were like everything. So I said, okay. So very much like the way that everything is packaged. And here is what the refill comes like. Even the little cap to cover it has the logo. So everything is nice, high quality, and really, really pretty. So here is the shade Toasted. I don't know what is wrong with me, but look at these 2 lipsticks. They look so similar. Like, what? I don't know. I just have a type. Okay. I like to have wearable lipsticks. This one in particular is 182. I forget the name, but I'll put it on screen. So let me go ahead and put in the new Toasted into my case so that we can try it when we get to that part. But let me show you a quick swatch. Oh my goodness. Swatch it right here for you. So that was just one swipe. Very pretty. And now I'm going to build it up a bit. That's a very me color. I'm very drawn to colors like this. But we will see how that applies. All right, let's create a couple of looks with the eyeshadow palette. I am currently just wearing the skin tint from Lisa Eldridge, the Seamless Skin Enhancing Tint. I am also wearing a bit of my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. And I'm actually giving a concealer, a particular concealer, another try. I didn't really love it first time around, but I figured we'd give her another go. Okay? It's the Maxine's Revenge French Face Concealer. And I also went in with a little bit of cream contour, the Charlotte Tilbury one. So the face is very not complete, which we will get to when we're all done with the eyes. So let's create a couple of looks. Now I just have concealer that I brought up onto the lid. So this is the Jumbo Blender by Sonia J. I'm going to pick this shade up, give you a little look-see. There's not a ton of kick up because the formula is so creamy. I'm just going to blend this shade directly in my crease. And then I just ended up putting it all over the lid as well. Kind of like a beige shade. Sonia G Builder 3. Let's go into this really pretty green shade. This texture and consistency is so creamy. Look at that. So this, I'm gonna put it on my outer eye and bring it like halfway and just build that up. I like how soft this green is, the color. It's not too overpowering. So that makes me already know that I'm gonna wanna wear this often. Very pretty. You know what? I'm just gonna turn the same brush around and go back into this shade and just amplify it on the beginning portion of the lid. And you know what? We're just gonna call this our matte soft look. Because we want to make sure that we can get regular use out of the palette. And I know a lot of us like wearing soft, easy, everyday kind of looks. Of course, we're gonna go into the fun ones in just a bit, but this is nice. This is just like a flat brush. I'm gonna go into the darkest shade here. This is a very subtle and soft matte look. Very everyday, very easy. Okay, let's get into these pretty shades already, will you, Mo? Jumbo Blender into the darkest shade here. Not a ton of kick up on that, thank you. We're gonna focus this on the outer eye. Blend it, soften it up a bit. It's not too harsh and overwhelming. Blend it directly in the crease, whatever's left. See, what's nice with this shade is you can totally diffuse it, keep it soft. Like we want right now. We don't want it too overdone. Nice, that's a soft little wash of depth with that dark shade. Looks good. So Energy Builder Pro, let's go in bronzy shade right here. Let's put that all over on the centermost portion. This scatters just a little, so we do have a little touch of fallout, but not a deal breaker at all. I'm gonna clean that brush off and let's go into this center shade right here. Oof. I just love the way that's swatched and the shift, so put this on the beginning portion of the lid. Bring it in, let it blend. Yes. That's pretty. Pat where the two colors meet. Back in with the jumbo blender, and I'm just gonna touch on that darkest shade. Just to add a little touch more on that outer eye. And blend. I am on purpose not putting the mascara like properly, just because I am gonna remove it, because I have one more look for you, but I do want to kind of pull the look together a little bit. So we have a very soft, easy, everyday moment with just a touch of color. That green, this was done very, very well, very wearable, very soft. This look, it's a little bit more, but it's still soft and pretty and wearable. And we have just a little touch of fallout, you can see right there. Just a little bit, but it's still very pretty. All right, I have another look for you. I'll be right back. So for this look, I'm going to start off with the darkest shade. I'm going in with my Builder Pro. So right now it's just placement, and then I'll perfect it and blend it, because, you know, we don't allow harsh lines around here. That's the beauty of the formula with Lisa Eldridge, I've noticed, is it's very easy to work with. The shadows are creamy, but they're pigmented, they blend, they're smooth, they're really nice, I will say that. Okay, so placement is placement. I'm gonna go into the Jumbo Blender, and I'm gonna softly blend and diffuse the edges on this. I have to say, with this darkest shade, I like how I am in control. And what I mean by that is it's not going on to the point where I can't soften it out like this and keep it, you know, approachable and wearable. But I do like that I can build it up. So, okay. Now it is imperative. It is a must. We go into this gorgeous gold shade. Look at her. Oof. Let's put it with the finger. Oh, yes. Yes, please. That's so pretty. Wow. We'll perfect it with a brush in just a moment, but placement. I'm touching up that darkest shade on the outer eye. And then we'll perfect the lid shade. Let's perfect the lid shade. Got some fallout, but that's okay. I definitely feel the need to do a little something on the inner corner, because why not? The shade really is pretty. Wow, that's intense. Oof. We have a little bit of fallout, but that's fine. Let me clean it up. Nice and easy. I'm gonna do a little bronzer really quick. And then we finish these eyes. I'm gonna go in with my RAVIE Beauty Daydream blush. Going in with the PRADA highlight. Okay, now we gotta finish these eyes. Let's go into the darkest shade on the lower lash. Put a nice dark color in the waterline. I think I'm gonna go for my Chantecaille eye kajal. This thing is getting nice and low. It's really, really good. And before this sets, I'm gonna smudge it a bit, and I am gonna be using the darkest shade here. mascara. These are gorgeous, pigmented, smooth. I did get a touch of fallout, but it wasn't anything to really complain about. Gorgeous. I love how everything melded. I have a different color on the inner corner and it just blended in beautifully to the lid shade and then the darkest shade on the outer eye. It's just right. Yes. Okay, we've got to try the lipstick. Shall we? 187 Toasted. I'm going to try this without a liner first. Let's see, and then we'll go from there. I'm curious, and I know you are too. How does this look beside 182? That one I have, which I thought was similar. Let's see. Let's see them swatched first. Stop. I know. Let's see. Okay, so if you have 182, you don't need 187. But it's still a pretty color, you know, for a nude. Let me put on lip liner and the lipstick, and then let's chat. So I'm still gonna stick to what I have said prior about the lipstick. It's not my favorite. I don't find them to be overly hydrating. It gives pretty colors, but most of the time I always have to go over top with something a little bit more hydrating. So keep that in mind if you are kind of like me with a drier lip. But the color, like I said, I like the color, obviously, because I have one very similar to it. It happens. So with Desert Gleam, we were able to create 3 looks. I know the first one was very basic, very boring. Oh my goodness. But I always want to make sure I share something that in your real world, every day, easy kind of vibe you can wear. You can grab the palette and go. Everything was pigmented, creamy, blended beautifully, melded beautifully. Look at this gold on the lid. Ah. Yeah. Very pretty color story. Now, like I said, I only have one other Lisa Eldridge palette. I didn't really have intention of making this a comparison video. Now, the only other Lisa Eldridge eyeshadow palette I have is Betty. And the quality, texture, consistency, pigmentation, it's quite consistent. And I don't see any comparable colors in here, so that's a plus. But as far as Betty, nothing to compare. Beautiful color story. Beautiful looks. I will say, I know this comes out for summer, but this is definitely something you can wear way beyond that. Oh yeah. Kind of fall-esque, if you will, especially with the greens and the golds and the bronze, you know? Yeah. Overall, I'm very impressed with everything. Very chic, very soft, beautiful, beautiful color story. That's approachable, that's wearable, that you can amp up, that you can keep toned down. It's giving wearable with a little summer and beyond flair. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Let's talk about it. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Take a moment and give today's video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. Stay beautiful, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.